Hi everybody, welcome to today's class. Today's topic we are looking at the area. So what is area? Area is the amount of space covered by an object. Consider like you're at home in your living room. In most of the living rooms you find there are carpets. The carpets cover a certain space in the living room. That space covered is what we call the area. Now, when I look at this space, when you look at this object that I have, if I consider this to be my space, then I get this book as an object, then I cover it. The space that it has covered in a two-dimension is what we call the area. But today, for this lesson specifically, let's look at a square. A square is a polygon with four equal sides. Four equal sides. Now, when you look at this square, on top of that, a square also has four right angles. So you don't have to forget that. So let's look at this example of ours. If we have this square and it's covering this space, on this other dimension is 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters. This is also 2 centimeters. And this is also 2 centimeters. So now when we consider this area in other words, you can also look at the number of squares that we can form from this square. So I've considered it, the number of squares from here. These are 2, 1, 2. Then on this other side, we also have 2. So when you count the number of squares together, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives us 4 square units. The 4 square units become the area. But in case you don't have to draw, in case they give you a bigger shape, whereby you might not have time to draw the number of squares, then this is where the area comes, the formula for area. So here, the formula for area is side times side. Now, when you're writing in the paper, you can, where there is area, you can simply write A. Where there is side, you can just write S. And where there is, so you just put S. So the formula for area becomes area is equals to side times side. Now, if we consider this example, whereby it is, this square has 2 centimeters, how do we find the area? We use the formula area equals side times side, then we multiply 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters. Now, when you're multiplying this, it's important for you to multiply the numbers together, then the units together. So let's multiply our numbers that we have. We have 2 times 2, which gives us 4, but also don't forget to multiply a unit times a unit. In this case, we have a centimeter times centimeter, which gives us 4 centimeters. Now, let's proceed and look at the second example of area. Let's consider this square, which has 4 centimeters. It's a square with 4 centimeters. You remember the formula? We said the area of a square is equals to side times side. Now, we can multiply 4 centimeters times 4 centimeters, which will give us, when I said multiply 4 by 4, then we multiply a centimeter times a centimeter. When we multiply 4 times 4, what do we get? Yes, we get 16. Now, centimeter times centimeter gives us centimeter squared. Therefore, our area becomes 16 centimeters squared. So I hope you is following us, you're following the steps. Okay, let's proceed and look at our next example, which is number 4. The question says, what is the area of a square whose length is 3 centimeters? In most cases, when they give you word question like that, this one, or word application, most of the times the square is not drawn. But when you see the word square, you remember a square has all the 4 sides equal. So, as we started previously, I know you remember the formula for area of a square. Do you remember it? Correct. So area of a square is equals to side times side. Then the sides they gave us 3 sides for each. So let's multiply that. 3 centimeters times 3 centimeters, whereby we multiply the numbers together, that is 3 times 3. Then after we multiply the units, that is centimeter times centimeter. 3 times 3 gives us 9, and centimeter times centimeter still gives us centimeter squared. So which gives us the area is equals to 9 centimeters squared. So when we are going to number 5, by now everybody should be able to answer the next activity after this number. Let's read together. What is the area of a square whose length is 6 centimeters? Our keyword has come. A square area is equals to side times side. What are the given length? They have given us 6 centimeters. Therefore, we multiply 6 centimeters times 6. What is 6 times 6? Most of you, when you're doing 6 times 6, you do 6 plus 6, which gives you a wrong answer. So when you're multiplying 6 by 6, the same as we repeat adding 6 times, which gives us 6 times 6, giving us 36 centimeters squared. Now, as you're going to do activities, the one we are going to give you, plus any other question when you find it, not every time they will give us centimeters. Sometimes they give you dm, which stands for decimeters. Sometimes they give you meters, or sometimes they can even give you centimeters we talked about. They can give you meters, they can give you decimeters. So the units can vary, but the answer will be the same. Mark you, don't forget the units. But to avoid making errors with units, always multiply the given unit by itself twice, which gives you a square unit. Sit and look at this assessment for you. The first one is 4 centimeters. Another square is 2. The next one has 6. Then another square has 11. Then the next square has 5 centimeters. So I would like you to try 1, 2, and 3. And you also calculate the area. Thank you for listening. Now, next time in our next video, we shall be looking at the area of a rectangle. Have a blessed day.